everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Staying Connected. Well, I'm here to announce today that after a lot of prayer and careful consideration, we have come up with a plan for what it can look like for us to begin the real small steps, baby steps really, of regathering to in-person services here at CCTO. And so I want to outline this for you today so you get an idea of where we're headed over the next month, and Lord willing, we see this all come to fruition. So beginning immediately, we're going to allow our small groups, including middle school and high school, to begin meeting in person with social distancing guidelines. Everyone will need to be meeting at 6 feet apart. Preferably those meetings would be outdoors. And I know some of our small groups have inquired about possibly using CCTO as a meeting place because you were meeting here before. If you want to use CCTO as a meeting place, again, we prefer it to be outdoors. But if it needs to be inside with special equipment like a monitor or something like that, we're going to designate special areas for small groups to meet. Presumably, it'll be in the fellowship hall where we set up chairs that are socially distanced. And when you're meeting inside here at CCTO, we will be requiring a mask. The next thing is that tentatively we are targeting Sunday morning, June 28th, as a day for us to regather in our worship service. And the plan is for that Sunday to have one service only at 10 o'clock, adhering to the guidelines from the state of California of limiting our capacity to 100 people. And so we would meet here in the worship center, and it's going to look entirely different from anything that you might expect normal church to look like. So a couple things that'll happen in order to facilitate that. So that we know who's going to be here and that we can limit it to 100 people, we will be implementing a reservation system that you'll be able to do online. And you'll be getting further information on that in the weeks ahead. Secondly, masks will be required in order to be inside the building and for the duration of the worship service. We feel like that is a responsible thing to do for us to protect those who are around us and to be caring for one another as well as our community. The only time masks will be able to be lifted up will be during communion, and communion will be done with the individually sealed servings that you'll be able to get on your way in. Ushers will be stationed in our parking areas to check for people with masks, and if they don't have one, provide one for them. We're going to be doing seating that'll look different. We'll have to seat people from front to back, and then when we dismiss, it'll be from back to front and in an orderly way. We'll keep the service real short. Basically the same timeline that we've been doing with our online services. So it'll be about 45 minutes long. We'll have ushers strategically placed to aid in seating. Singing will be another issue for us, at least on the outset, and that'll be only by the onstage people. So even though you have a mask on and all that stuff, we're going to ask that you not sing, or if you're going to sing, it'll be very much to yourself, because that is definitely a way that germs can spread, and we want to be really responsible about that. Families will be able to sit together in the sanctuary, but then there will need to be 6 feet of distance for the next person sitting next to them. And right now, there will not be any children's programs as we know them or have come to know them. Children must be accompanied by their family at all times. And so this is kind of the way that we're going to crawl out of the gate beginning on June 28th, Lord willing, and be able to kind of start seeing what it looks like to regather. Now, another thing that I want you to know about, and that we are going to be sending out in an email with an attachment the next day or so, is we're going to send a survey to you with just a few questions, because we want to gauge the sentiment of all of you for coming back in and meeting in in-person services. That'll help us a whole lot with our planning going forward. If there's tons and tons of people that are eager to come back and meet, then we will have to plan for extra services in the future. If hardly any of you want to come back and meet because you want to be careful with waiting until things progress with the virus, then we'll understand that as well. So please do help us out by taking the survey that we send out in the next couple of days. VBS, some have asked what's going to be happening with that. That is going to be all digital this year, and it'll be online and ready at the end of June. We are beginning filming of that this week, and so there's going to be the whole thing that you would imagine for VBS, except done digitally and right there in your home. And so these are the guidelines that are guiding us as we begin the regathering process, with the reminder that we aren't reopening because we have never closed. The church has continued to be the church. And I've been so excited to just hear how people have been connecting with one another, calling one another, loving one another, looking out for one another's needs, and connecting to us online, and even encouraging their friends to connect to us online. Even though we will be regathering, our online presence with these videos will never end. I think that this is something that we're going to be doing forever now, because we have discovered how much reach and how much opportunity we have in spreading the gospel right here from CCTO. What I want to do today to demonstrate how we have been open this whole time and ministering to our community is cut to Marty, and he's going to explain what's been going on with our foster home ministry. God bless you.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to come and really thank you so much for your generosity that you displayed over the last couple weeks in collecting art supplies for the foster group homes that we support regularly here at Christian Church of Thousand Oaks. For those of you that don't know, we have teams of people that go once a month to 4 different teen group homes here in the Conejo Valley. 3 girls' homes in Simi Valley and 1 boys' home here in Thousand Oaks. And these teams, of course, have not been able to go during this time frame, but the needs of the home and the struggles that they face there with those teens continue to go on. And so we wanted to be able to support them and help them in a very simple way. And one of those things that they requested, of course, was art supplies that you came through so generously in supporting. So I'm actually going to be delivering today the supplies to these homes. We've got a bin filled for each of the 4 homes. We have some canvases, some paints for those canvases. We have a large amount of colored pencils for each one of the homes, some sketchbooks for each of the homes, enough to be able to give one to each of the kids a couple times over, and with the amount of turnover that takes place in these homes, they'll be able to have these and continue to give them to them. We have some coloring books that are really great for teens that they're really going to enjoy, as well as a gift card for each home to allow them to have a meal out, which I know is going to be something that they're really going to appreciate. And you can imagine what it would be like living in that sort of setting, foster group home, 5 or 6 teen kids being stuck quarantined together, and the staff that has to take care of them on a round-the-clock basis. It's a difficult task, and so this is something that I know that they're really going to appreciate. And again, I'm grateful that you have all stepped up and have been available to come and to be generous for these homes. So this is just one of the ministries that we are regularly doing and running here at the church. We are going to continue to do those, and we're going to have opportunities going forward that I'll let you know about as far as ways that you will be able to continue to support them as well, because we as a church want to continue to support those things that we are regularly doing here as we reach out to the needs of our community. And again, I'm grateful for your support, and we'll continue to let you know of ways that you can continue to serve and to support. Thank you, and God bless you.